Welcome to Dreamy Tales, where soothing stories guide you into a peaceful night's sleep. Enjoy imaginative bedtime stories that take you on a journey to the land of dreams, accompanied by relaxing background sounds to help you unwind and drift off easily. Perfect for both children and adults, Dreamy Tales is your ideal companion to relax, wind down, and enjoy tranquil moments. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and share it with others. Tune in, relax, and let your mind wander into a world of calm and serenity with us. The moon hung low in the velvety night sky, casting a silver glow over the ancient trees of Starwood Forest. Unlike any other place in the world, Starwood had a life of its own. Its towering trees glimmered as if kissed by stardust, their branches whispering old secrets as the wind brushed through them. The air was alive with the hum of magic, so subtle yet undeniable, a force woven into every leaf, every root, every shadow. At the edge of a wide clearing, a lone wolf stood still as stone. His fur shimmered under the moonlight, a mix of silver and gray, blending perfectly with the mystical landscape. His name was Fenrik, and he was the last of the star wolves, the ancient protectors of this forest. His blue eyes, sharp as ice, scanned the horizon for any sign of danger. His senses were heightened, every sound, every scent sharpening his awareness. Tonight, the forest felt different, something was wrong. Fenrik's ancestors had guarded Starwood for generations, their powers tied to the stars themselves. The Star Wolves were more than just protectors, they were a part of the forest, bound to its magic and the night sky. They could draw strength from the cosmos, summon light from the stars, and bend the forest's elements to their will. But Fenrik had always felt like a shadow of what his ancestors once were. He possessed their blood but not their power, or so he believed. His ears twitched at the sound of distant rustling in the underbrush. Something, or someone, was approaching. Fenrik lowered his head, baring his teeth as a low growl rumbled from his throat. He stepped forward, muscles tense, ready to defend his territory. From the shadows of the forest, a figure emerged, cloaked in black. Fenrik's growl deepened. The figure raised its hands slowly in a gesture of peace, but Fenrik didn't relax. "Easy, wolf," came a soft but commanding voice. "I mean you no harm." The figure stepped closer, and as it did, the moonlight revealed the face of a woman. She was tall and slender, with dark hair that cascaded down her back like liquid night. Her eyes, sharp and intelligent, gleamed with an unnatural light, as if they too held a secret magic. She was no ordinary intruder. "I am the guardian of this forest," Fenrik said, his voice rough with suspicion. "Why have you come?" "I've come to warn you," the woman replied, her voice carrying a note of urgency. "There is a darkness approaching, one that seeks to consume the magic of this forest. If you do not act soon, Starwood will fall." Fenrik narrowed his eyes. Darkness had threatened Starwood before, but the magic of the forest and the strength of the Star Wolves had always kept it at bay. Still, something about this woman's presence unnerved him. He could feel a strange energy emanating from her, a dark magic that wasn't from the forest. "What kind of darkness?" he growled, his stance still defensive. "A shadow that devours light," the woman said grimly. It feeds on magic and life itself. I have seen it destroy other places, forests, realms, entire worlds consumed by its hunger. And now, it has its sights set on Starwood. The weight of her words hung heavy in the air. Fenrik had heard tales of ancient forces that preyed on magical places, but Starwood had always been a sanctuary, protected by the old magic of the trees and the guardianship of the star wolves. The idea that something so powerful could break through that protection chilled him. "Why should I trust you?" Fenrik demanded, taking a step closer. "You reek of dark magic." The woman didn't flinch. "Because I've seen what this darkness can do. I once protected a forest like this, far to the east. But I failed, and the darkness consumed everything. I won't let that happen again, not here." Fenrik studied her, his instincts warring with his logic. There was something truthful in her eyes, but there was also something she wasn't telling him. Still, if there was even a chance that she was right, he couldn't afford to ignore the threat. "What must I do?" he asked, his voice laced with reluctance. The woman's gaze softened slightly. "You must unlock the power of your ancestors. The magic of the star wolf still lives within you, but you have yet to awaken it fully. Only with their power can you stand a chance against the shadow." Fenrik's chest tightened. The power of the star wolves was a distant legend to him, something that had been lost to time. He had always relied on his strength and cunning, not magic. But if the darkness was as dangerous as the woman claimed, he would need more than physical strength to protect Starwood. "Where do I begin?" he asked, though doubt still clouded his mind. "You must go to the heart of the forest," the woman replied, her voice almost reverent. "There, you will find the altar of the star wolves. If you are worthy, their magic will awaken within you." Fenrik hesitated, feeling the weight of the task before him. The heart of the forest was a sacred place, one that few had ever seen. It was said to be where the magic of Starwood flowed the strongest, where the spirits of the forest and the star wolves communed. But it was also dangerous. The path was treacherous, filled with ancient wards and creatures that would test him at every turn. "Very well," Fenrik said at last. "I will go to the heart." The woman bowed her head slightly. "May the stars guide you, wolf." Without another word, Fenrik turned and disappeared into the forest, his paws moving swiftly over the soft earth. The trees loomed above him, their silver leaves rustling softly in the breeze. As he ran, he felt the magic of the forest hum beneath his feet, guiding him along the ancient path to the heart. The journey was long and perilous. The deeper Fenrik ventured into the forest, the more the landscape began to change. The trees grew taller, their trunks twisting in strange patterns as though shaped by an unseen hand. The air grew colder, and the faint light of the forest dimmed, as if the darkness the woman had warned him of was already spreading. Fenrik pressed on, his determination driving him forward. He could feel the weight of his ancestors' legacy on his shoulders, the knowledge that he was the last of his kind. If he failed, Starwood would fall, and with it, the magic of the forest would be lost forever. After what felt like hours, Fenrik finally reached the heart of the forest. The trees here were ancient, their bark shimmering with a faint glow that seemed to pulse with life. In the center of the clearing stood a massive stone altar, its surface smooth and worn from centuries of use. This was where the star wolves had once come to commune with the stars, to draw upon the magic of the cosmos and protect the forest. Fenrik approached the altar cautiously, his heart pounding in his chest. He could feel the power radiating from it, a deep, ancient magic that called to something deep within him. His ancestors had stood here, drawing strength from the stars, and now it was his turn. He placed his paw on the cold stone, closing his eyes as he tried to steady his breathing. For a moment, nothing happened. The forest was silent, the only sound the faint whisper of the wind through the trees. Then, slowly, a soft light began to glow beneath Fenrik's paw. His eyes snapped open as the light grew brighter, spreading across the surface of the altar and into the ground around it. The trees began to hum with energy, their leaves glowing brighter as the magic of the forest surged back to life. Fenrik could feel the power of the stars flowing into him, filling his veins with warmth and strength. The air around him crackled with energy as the spirits of his ancestors appeared, their ghostly forms shimmering like stardust in the moonlight. They stood around the clearing, their eyes glowing with the same blue light that now filled Fenrik's gaze. "You are the last of us," one of the spirits said, his voice deep and resonant. "But you are not alone. Our power is yours, Fenrik. Use it wisely." Fenrik bowed his head in reverence, feeling the weight of their presence. The power of the star wolves had always been a distant legend to him, something he had never believed he could truly wield. But now, with their magic flowing through him, he felt stronger than ever before. "I will not fail," Fenrik vowed, his voice filled with determination. With the power of the stars coursing through him, Fenrik turned and raced back toward the edge of the forest. The darkness was waiting, but he was no longer afraid. He could feel the strength of his ancestors with every step, their power guiding him as he prepared for the battle ahead. As he neared the clearing where he had first met the woman, he saw it, the shadow she had warned him about. It was a massive, swirling mass of darkness, its tendrils snaking through the trees and draining the life from everything they touched. But Fenrik was ready. With a mighty howl, he summoned the power of the stars, sending a beam of light crashing into the darkness. The shadow recoiled, its form flickering and twisting as it fought to hold its shape. But Fenrik did not relent. The stars were with him, and with their power, he would save the forest. And so, under the light of the moon and the stars, the last of the star wolves fought for the future of Starwood.